Death Race for the arcades, developed and published by Exidy. It was released for the arcades on April 1st, 1976. Programmed by Howell Ivy, up to 2 players take control of a motor vehicle and have to run over as many gremlins as they can so they can rack up the points. You control the car by using this control panel. The steering wheel lets you steer the car, the gear shift shifts it to go forward or backward, and the pedal on the bottom lets the car accelerate. Here it is, one of the earliest known games to spark controversy, and it came as a reskin from Exidy's Destruction Derby game. This time around, you're in your car running down these so-called gremlins running about. When you do run one of them over, they'll let out a funny scream, and a tombstone takes its place. The goal is to run as many of them over as you can before the timer runs out, which will get more challenging as you go along, as the tombstones will act as obstacles that you can get stuck on, which you'll need to use a gear shift to get out of, and the gremlins can flee to the sides of the playfield, which will be their safe zone. But you will figure out the best way to run them down, and I find approaching them at an angle is the best strat as the car travels faster, and you can also warp vertically across the screen, which I didn't know was possible when I played it, and when the time runs out, you'll have your best score to hopefully beat. Overall, this is a classic arcade game, simple premise, and no, this isn't related to the films before or after it. The naming was pure coincidence, or so Exidy says. As I said, this game was highly controversial for its day for what many news organizations claim to be the depiction of violence and encouraging of running down pedestrians. Obviously, they couldn't read instructions back then, and the constant criticism of violence in video games might have started here. By today's standards, it's very tame, but the controversy made it sell, and to think this was only meant to be a filler title before Exidy made a new proper game that nobody remembers, as Death Race is still being talked about by the likes of me to this day.
And stop.
Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to like, share, and comment on the video. And if you want to see more quick views, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. This is BrianTheBlue, and I'll see you next time.